Happy Saturday, people. How's it going? This is a weird sensation. I was gonna give you some stick for how you dealing with this card at a different time, but really you're just waking up and watching it. You American fuckers are so lucky. How's it going, JPL? I'm very nervous about my silk pajamas picks. I've taken a very risky route this week, and I don't know if it's gonna pay off. I suspect it won't be. How's it going, Westy? What's good, man? I hope everyone's doing well. Looking forward to a nice Saturday afternoon of fights. It's been a while since I've got to experience this shit. I'm gonna try and enjoy the hell out of it. I'm not gonna be able to do a whole watch along, unfortunately. Because one thing that didn't occur to me when I mentioned that last week is that my child is actually gonna be awake during the day. So I cannot avoid him constantly running in, and obviously I don't want him on camera, and he's gonna drag me out of here at some point. So I figure what I'll do is I'll do a nice hour or so, get the card running, and then hopefully one of the boys will jump on. Do you know what it is? It is a little bit of a pressure thing. Do you know what it is? Yeah. This card is a tough one. It's a tough one to pick. I'll put it that way. I must have picked and then unpicked people about 40 times during the week. So I've just kind of gone with my gut a little bit. But what I regret doing is I've put all my points on the line. And if one of them fucks up, one of them in particular, and you know what one that is, I'm cooked. So I think I finished third the session before last, and then I finished second last time. And I'm obviously in first now. But I have a storied history of bottling things at the last minute, so we will see. It could end up not mattering anyway, where even if I win both my fights, somebody surges ahead of me anyway. So we'll see how it goes. But it definitely adds more of an element to things. You know, the way that silk pajamas is set up, it's very different from everywhere else. At work while this card is going on, I'm just relieved that the Bahamondes and Fiziev fight is back on, because I heard it is. So if you look at my thumbnail, Fiziev and Bahamondes are not on it, and I just realized that the fight's back on. I'm not sure exactly what went on there. Maybe somebody can enlighten me as to what went down. But I know that the fight was either rumored to be off or was off, and now somehow is back on. I'm not sure I've seen that happen before. Maybe I'm wrong. You got to put them all on the line, so no regrets there. The thing is, yeah, I probably could have gotten away with not doing so, because I'm sure that the people beneath me feel like they've got to put it on the line. But I didn't want to be that guy either. So I'm either going to end up like first or last. But I feel like I've figured out the silk pajamas thing a little bit. Listening with an AirPod on, good lad. How long have I assume you've just started work? Bahamondes is going to fuck him up. Well, that's where the information comes into it, because who was the person who kind of pulled out? That's the one I'm interested in. I'm not sure who potentially pulled out and then came back in. Sounds like I'm talking about some kind of Brazil's situation. Good day. Thanks for joining my last live. It was good to see you, bro. Like, you are definitely coming up. I pretty much I was at work and I hung around for about 20 minutes. I love how you do things. A shout out to Rob's neighbor, Kerry, Rob's neighbor. I'm sure all of you know who he is. I'll give you another shout out if we end up getting more people in here, because it could be a dead zone one. I think most people aren't even going near YouTube right now. I think it's going to be one of those cards where a lot of people tune in for the main card. First time seeing Frankie in daylight. To be fair, yeah, most of the times I go on a live stream now, it's still light. It's still light outside, so it's a bit weird for me as well. These blinds, as expensive as they were, don't seem to be doing the job. So I might have to do something about that because you know your boy likes to operate in the dark. As fucked up as that sounds, but no, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, it's not there's not really a lot of name value on this card, but I smell some bangers coming. I think we'll be good. Got to organize all the freight shit, ton of parts. That's way too manly of a statement for me to possibly understand. Obviously, I know what a freight is, but Jesus, mate. Fair play to you. Look at the tan on the boy as well, bro. This is me getting burnt. A lot of the I kind of work in a place where things are a bit fucked up, and most of my students now don't want to be inside. So we end up kind of going out into a big field, sitting in the grass and just having a chat. And as much suntan lotion as I apply, this skin is it's like I said, man, I feel like I could get a fucking suntan from a light bulb at times. I'm as white as it comes. So I'm just a massive red dot right now. Like all the my you can see I'm still white there, but my arms are red and it's all a bit fucked. So I've definitely caught a bad lick over the last week or two. It is what it is. Did you see the musical short? Yeah, what I did, and I commented on it as well. He nailed me. The thing is, yeah, I don't sound like that to myself, but I can see where he's coming from. See, because for a posh twat like musical, I sound like a proper roadman, whereas most people think I sound like a posh twat. Whereas musical sounds like a proper posh twat. So, or maybe I can't hear my own voice. I don't know. It was definitely an eye opener. I fucking love musical. You know what? You know those moments where where someone roasts the shit out of you and you've got nothing to say other than to just applaud and take it on the chin. I love that he saw that cunt and immediately thought, "That's hey, oh, that's Frankie." Fucking asshole. I'm assuming he's out gigging at the moment as well, or has probably got something on today. Like I said, the plan was, yeah, to do like a full panel. Um, and it occurred to me yesterday evening, I was like, hang on a second, who's gonna actually look after my kid? I look like a terrible father for not considering because obviously he's already in bed. So brutally honest had me like that. Fucking he's another one who I believe like his has my best interests at heart, but really he's just out to destroy me, and rightfully so. I sound like a literal pirate, mate. Don't get much worse than that. What does a pirate sound like? I need to have you on sometime to confirm this. I can be the judge. Crystal's greenhouse got smashed. Fucking how did that happen? Was it weather related or were there some tow rags around to cause damage? Because I know she's had some issues with like some protesters and shit like that. I don't talk to Crystal as much as I used to back in the day. Like she still pops in every now and then, but Crystal's another person I fucking love to death as well. Up in here. But no, I hope it hasn't been too disastrous for fucking love Crystal. Wind. All right, well, that sucks. That does suck. Nature is a fucking harsh bitch. Let's face it, nature definitely ain't a bloke. A blokey bloke wouldn't smash someone's windows in. It's so goddamn early. Are you in the States at the moment, Cheddar? I can never tell with you. You could be on the fucking North Pole for all I know, with how often you move around. You're worse than me. These shocks are heavy. Get me a hand then, Frankie, eh? Have you seen my we would be the zestiest looking mechanic team of all time. Can you imagine if you pulled up in your vehicle and you saw Frankie and Good Noodle operate in the garage or the warehouse or wherever? You'd lose faith immediately. Not the manliest of looking blokes. I have a feeling though, Good Noodle, you're gonna have like a true Chase Hooper arc. where you'll be like huge. You'll get like tall and wide. I don't even know how old you are. That must sound very patronizing, but I'm saying you're probably gonna fill out. It's 8:30 a.m. here. Cry me a fucking river, mate. You get to wake up, stick on a UFC card that's probably gonna be pretty fast paced, and you'll be done by the afternoon, and you can go about your day. It's gonna be an odd sensation for me here because, like I said, the card will be finished at, well, 11 p.m. I think. I think this is the perfect time to have all cards on. Spent a lot of this shift gooning. Well, there's nothing like getting paid for being a wank. We've all been paid some degree of money for knocking one out. There's nothing more satisfying. We deserve better. No, you don't. No, you don't. It should be the thing is, yeah, you selfish American cunts here. If we could have this time slot worldwide, it would work out for everyone. The Aussies would get it kind of 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. No, actually, fuck the Aussies. They'd get it at about 12 o'clock at night. They can take it in the arse for once. The Americans would wake up to have the card over breakfast, and we would get to enjoy it regularly during the daytime. There must be a sweet spot somewhere where everyone can enjoy the cards without ruining their lives. I feel like the American time slot fucks up everybody apart from them, which is nonsensical, fucking selfish bullshit. You greedy fucking cunts. Take one for the team once in a while, or at least don't monopolize every single fucking card. Whenever a thought bubble comes into their head where we're like, oh, we'll just do it in the Apex, go to Europe, go to Asia, do something. For the love of Christ. Because I was thinking about this the other day. I think we literally get about 4 cards a year. Not even that if we're lucky, that are on at a reasonable time. And I can't take it. And I think that's adding to what my UFC apathy is. It's like I'm ruining my weekend and it's shit. Like if the cards are stacked and they're good, I can. UFC is American, Frankie. I'm gonna politely disagree with that, you orange cunt. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because how many American champions are there right now? Let's have a think about that. And we don't count John Jones as an American champion. So who else is there? So we've got Pantoja, Marab, we've got Volkanovski, we've got, well, we're about to have either Tapuria or Charles. We've got JDM, we've got Dricus, we've got Ankalaev, and we've got Tom Aspinall. And if you look at the top 15, you guys are lacking. So fuck all of you. Fuck you, Americans. I wonder if Dougie's actually going to do a. I wonder if Dougie's actually going to do a live today because I think he's the one getting fucked over here. What time is it in Australia? I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Yeah, nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be rough for old Doug. That's really rough. We're going to know if Dougie's about it if he's on, and I suspect he will be. But I've already spoken to Paradox, and I know that he's going to do a live stream at some point. Been saying this for a while. Where's America's JDM? Doesn't exist, mate. Americans are very like British people in that way. It's like we invent it, and over a period of time, people join in, and then they realize how fucking much better they are, and Americans end up falling down the ladder, and you end up getting a bunch of foreigners just being better than you at your own sport. I'm not criticizing because us Brits do the same thing. It's like we invented football or soccer or whatever you want to call it, and we're fucking arse at it. We should have went to Baku instead of BKFC. We probably should have, That would have been a cheap time. But again, man, I'm not paying the UFC $600 for a ticket these days. They can fuck off. Mexican martial arts is back at it. He's another one, yeah, that I haven't really watched too much. How you doing, B7? What's good, brother? I know it's an American company, but it's not. It's a weird claim. Do you know what I mean? It's a weird claim. He's dance. I don't really know too much about Mexican martial arts. I'm not even subscribed to him. Like, I know who he is, obviously, because he's been about for a while, and his channel's pretty big. I've never really watched any of his content, so I don't really have an opinion of him one way or another. Like I said, there's too many of us fuckers on here now. Like I'm struggling to keep up with the people that I do watch. And I find these days that I spend most of my time on YouTube and it's pretty pathetic. Like the first thing I do when I've got a moment to myself is I just crack YouTube open and see what the boys are doing. That's it. I don't really watch TV shows. Like I only got round to watching Squid Game season 2 last week. And that shit's been out for a year. But I'm kind of happy that I did it that way because I think season 3 is out next month and I thought it was pretty damn good. So I found Mexican martial arts in 20. I'm surprised you didn't find him when he fucking fell out of his mother, mate. I'm surprised you weren't there standing next to the doctor with a. Can you mod me? You were ready. Because I know you can spot the stars before they even know they're going to become one. Damn, Frankie, that's the first time I've seen light in that room, you vampire. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, if you go back to some of the lives we've done over the last the last month or so, it's getting light. It's getting dark here at about 10 p.m. So, what's good, my guy, Big Frank with the little crank? What's good, G? Truer than you know. Um, man, where are the American scrappers? All gone. Best we have is O'Malley, and I wouldn't really refer to him as a scrapper. Coffee just won't cut it for these women's MMA fight. Well, we've got. I think is the first fight Mullins or is it the fat fucks Al Al Dilida Wallahab, the kebab owner, the kebab shop owner versus the discount Usman. I think Al Wellahab or whatever his name is fucking shocking. You know, he's a fat mess, but Usman's shit as well. I was so tempted to stick some money on Usman because I think the fat Egyptian kebab shop owner is terrible, but I can't bet on Usman with any confidence because he's shit as well. I like his skits and his live streams are pretty decent. It's funny. Most don't realize he does the accent. 100% acted. He's as white as I am. No, his I have watched one or two of his videos. I mean, that accent is very clearly. I mean, he leans into the whole cholo, doesn't he? Hamdi is first. Hamdi Dumpty. Yeah, Hamdi is a fat disgrace. And I hope he gets beaten up just out of principle. See, does that cheddar, does that not sound more like what you should be doing in life? Hamdi's hamburgers and Abdel Wahhab's kebabs. That's exactly what you should be running. That is exactly what you should be running. I'm not going to waste my Saturday on this fight card. I'll be in the hub instead. Fair. I mean, this could be a watch it back kind of card. I'm obviously going to watch it live because I don't get opportunities to watch it during the day. Cheddarhead's getting the nose candy ready, yeah? I need to add that on my list of things to do this year. Get the cocaine out. But I need to do it with like a registered professional. Because the last thing I want to do is just get coke off some randomer and then do it and not have the proper experience. If I'm gonna do it, it has to be pure and without fentanyl. Paradox, I'm farting in bed right now. Cheddarhead, I assume you live in bed. That's what I assume. That you never leave bed. How's it going, Crystal? I heard about the greenhouse. Really sorry to hear about that. Hopefully the damage isn't too bad. I'm assuming that it is by the sounds of it. That's obviously awful. But yeah, we are going to BKFC next week. I'm probably not gonna do any kind of streaming next weekend. So I'm scared to get blown anymore with all the fent. This is what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like I can't even. I'm not even in a position where I can enjoy it now because the likelihood is it's gonna be laced with something really fucking toxic. Ah, the good old days when Coke was real Coke. Man, fuck work. I can't even watch the fights. You better be commentating. Yeah, I'm not. Like my son is literally roaming around the house now. I can hear him having a whinge. So I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to the start of the card. This was something that, but I believe you will have Paradox to get you through proceedings. It's gonna be interesting to see if some of the, because obviously I know the MMA guru is gonna be on, but it'll be interesting to see if some of the big hitters are gonna be on tonight. I think we'll get a lot of people tuning in for like the main card. I think a lot of people will ignore the prelims and just jump on the main card. But in terms of my class A drug journey, what's the first class A drug you think I should start with as a casual? I'm not even a casual. I'm like a newbie. I'm like a newcomer. I remember the days of doing lines of random people off the back of toilets, the toilet paper dispensers. That was definitely like an 80s, 90s thing for sure. I was never really in with people that did stuff like that. I was mostly around like weed smokers and people who like would put like fucking, what do you call it? Like MDMA in your drinks and stuff. I used to roll with those kind of people. Why are people lacing coke with fent? It makes no sense. Nobody is gonna buy more if they hear someone's OD'd like with heroin. I mean, I don't really know much about the fentanyl thing, but I knew enough to have heard about it. I don't know if it adds to or retracts from the high. It's like what people used to do with weed back in the day, where they used to just put sand in it and make it unsmokable just so it would be heavier. It's like, where's the common sense of quality product? You know, you bring people back. Way too. Look at you lot complaining. It's morning time. I used to have to sleep mid-afternoon so that I could get through a card. And you lot are bitching about waking up normally in the morning to watch a card. You arrogant American scumbags. I've got Roundtree by round 3 KO. I'm worried about the Roundtree fight because I hate that guy. I think he's such a cringy little weirdo. And I really want to see him get banged out. I also think he's overrated as well. I'm not even saying like I'm a big Jamal Hill fan. I'm not. I barely like him, but yeah, they used to dip it in water or dip it in sand where you literally feel like your lungs were rip into pieces. That's the shit I used to have to experience when I smoked weed back in the day. And I thought I was a real weed smoker until I went to Amsterdam and had the real shit. And then I was like, wow, I can barely handle this shit. Because I used to go through about, I don't know, an 8 ball a day. And if you get real weed, one or two, one or two nice joints will get you through the day. Nah, bro, I hate it because I got work. I can't even watch it. I mean, if you shut off all social media, if you're that much into it, you could shut off all social media and then play back the card when you get home and skip all the adverts and skip all the you know the breaks in between fights. It could turn out to be the best thing for you. People would try to sell kids oregano as weed, and and I never feel for that though. I never fell for that. I mean, you're stupid if you've been smoking for longer than 10 minutes and you fall for oregano. If you get it out and start, because we've had students of ours who have been caught with weed and it's turned out to be fucking basil or whatever. So, and then we just laugh at them. So I was watching it all unfold. We had to take his live stream down due to his loss of live chatter on the radio. I think I've missed something here. No, it's not the same watching it after. Fuck that. I want the emotion of watching it live. The thing is that you actually do. I've never actually successfully managed to watch a card and not find out what's happened to some extent. Frankie, don't act like we're paying for the fight card and can watch it back. That is something I haven't considered, to be fair. That is a very good point. But can't you like download it on torrents and stuff these days? I'm sure they're out there, but you might have to wait a little bit. I sold some guy some salt for fake crack one time. He came back twice. I couldn't believe it. This is the thing about these nitties. I reckon if you put hard fucking salt into the veins, I reckon it will. I think at these point, these fuckers just don't get high anymore. They just need to shoot something into their systems. It's mad. And who knows, yeah, maybe smoking salt, yeah, actually gets you off your rocker. I mean, have any of you tried it? I'm gonna assume you haven't. Yeah, I'm assuming the bees are gonna have had a hard time as well, Crystal. I mean, I'm sure they're used to dealing with a bit of wind, but as for their hive, that could be fucked. It's on ABC TV today, at least the main card. You can record it. That's a good point. I mean, if any of you have like I don't know if people still use TiVo these days or whatever. That could be an option. I think he smoked it. That's what I'm saying. Assault straight to the lung. You never know. We could be getting ripped off. Like this is why people get creative. This is why I've got to give credit to hardcore drug users. When times are hard, they look at what's around the house and think, fuck it. Might as well smoke something. And that's where you discover some really beautiful situations. If you guys could let me know when the fight card's starting as well, because I'm assuming it's not far off. Let me see if I can pull up UFC here. Let me turn my I'm assuming we're getting ready to kick off soon. Not quite yet. Good stuff. We're watching fighters that we're watching replays of fighters who aren't even fighting because that's good fucking promotion. It was water softener. So you wait. Oh fucking hell! Things I've smoked as a kid that aren't supposed to be smoked: tea leaves, sage, and pretzel sticks. Fuck me, mate. Starts at 9 a.m. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it popped up now. I'm expecting a very dire opener because we've got the two fatties and then we've got Mullins, who I've actually got a lot of stock in this weekend. I might as well say it now. I put a big chunk of my points into Mullins because I couldn't decide on anyone. Like every fight felt like it wasn't worth the risk to me or was a bit. So I've got Mullins with the majority of my points, and then I've got Jamal Hill to get a knockout. And I've got a nice parlay set up from the weekend where I bet from the week where I knew that Chelsea weren't going to beat Flamengo. I know you're thinking, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is a Chelsea? And I watched PFL last night, funnily enough, as well. There were a few nice little scraps. Can we talk about poor Kevin Lee? Can we have a conversation about Kevin Lee and how fucking diabolical his career has been? We're doing the neighborhood watch party. Good thing I have extra flour wheeler. It's already loaned out. We're gonna go because I imagine all of you are in the same boat. That's quite a good thing about being part of a farming community because a lot of the students that I have are they come from farming families as well. The community bands together when shit gets nasty. The night runs into the day today. You're live betting $50 on Hamdi. I've stayed away from that Hamdi fight. I was gonna stick some money on Usman, but he is shit as well. I think what's gonna happen is I think Hamdi's gonna blow his fat load in the first like 3 minutes, and then he's just gonna get touched up for the remaining 2 rounds. That's what I'm expecting. It's gonna be a horrible fight. I was gonna ask where Kevin Lee fits into all of this. I feel like life is more complete when Kevin Lee makes his 20th. I'm back, and I've come from here, and I show my best when I'm fighting the best, and all this shit, only to get absolutely bonged out. I don't even like Kevin Lee as a personality either, so it's not like I feel sorry for the guy. He's just the most delusional cunt going. I think Kevin Lee was the most overhyped fighter in like ever. And I think it's because he looks like he should be good, but he's just not. Yeah, Hamdi is a disgrace. It makes me feel better about myself seeing that fat fucker float around though. Kevin Lee try not to get chin checked. This is the sad thing about him because before he would lose like quite closely, but now he's just getting fucking destroyed. I used to fuck with Kevin Lee. He was good. I don't know if he was ever that good because if you look at his wins, yeah, that's the thing. His physique is not to get all diddy on everyone, but like his physique was incredible. He looks like he should be an amazing fighter. You know, he's black as well. Good fighter. Looks like he's pretty well rounded. But he was just never that good. I won't be going live, so just raid anyone other than Giuliano. Is Giuliano going live? To be fair to Giuliano, like he shot me a message this morning and he seemed pretty up for it as well. But as I said, I didn't want to get a panel going and then feel like, oh man, I've got to keep it going because the panel's on my channel. And then my son's running around screaming and asking for attention, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just a bad father. Because I'd have to go off camera and deal with it, and then it would just end up being a shit show. I remember when Kevin Lee said he knows how to beat Khabib. Dougie is live, awesome. So what we'll do is we'll head over to Dougie like fairly soon. Because I think I want to actually give him a decent raid while the numbers are okay here, because I think that a lot of people aren't going to be on YouTube today. I'm kind of sad. I can't log into my Fight Pass right now. Everything gets blanked out in the power surge. Fucking hell. Yeah, so I'm a bit salty for having to pay $8 for UFC Fight Pass. I've been getting it for 5 this entire time. $8 seems a little bit too much for me. But like I said, there's usually 1 or 2 fights on that don't get shown on Discovery, so I'm basically paying $8 for 2 fights a week. So it works out to about £2 a week, which by UFC standards is too much money, especially when you can get it for free. I finally made it on Discord. Is there a Fight Night Frankie one or not? There is a Fight Night Frankie Discord that somebody else made. When you jump on next time, I'll shoot you the link. It's not a very active one though. I think if you want good value, you could go onto like Paradoxes or No Chills. Lane's got a good Discord as well. Mine is sort of all the chat members are up in there, but we don't really talk in there that much. I don't even use it. I think Aaron Tats set it up. Crystal, was it a tornado? That's one of my like bucket list things. I want to go like tornado chasing, but from like a very, very safe distance. Nah, bro, fuck Dougie. We love Dougie around here. I love me some Doug. It was almost a tornado. It didn't touch down, so no insurance, no nothing. Is that how that works? That seems like a fucked up loophole. Why does it have to touch down to become a fucking insurance thing? Insurance companies are the most slippery fuckers out there. That's why Americans deserve the prime time slot. We pay way more. Most people don't pay. Most of you American fuckers don't. I know you do, Cheds, because you're fucking cake to high heaven. And obviously Noodle does, but most of you fuckers don't pay for it. So I'm not having that. I mean, I would estimate that probably. I mean, how many Americans watch UFC on the weekend? Probably like 20 million, something like that. Maybe more. And the UFC rarely sells over 250,000 pay-per-view buys these days. Most people out here have severe storm insurance, including winter storm, summer storm, spring storm, and fall storm. That sounds overly complicated to me. This is one good thing about living in the UK. We get like shit grey weather all year round pretty much, but we very rarely get like extreme weather, and we don't have any fucked up animals that can kill you. Like we bully the animals around here. I think I've paid like 2-3 times in my life, and that was pitching in with friends. I have paid for cards. Like if I wasn't getting if I didn't get Discovery for free with my phone contract, then I'd probably pay for a lot more of them than I do. But that's just because I genuinely crash out when streams buffer and they don't work very well. I lose my fucking shit. That's the thing that would fuck me up about the farming. Like when you lose animals, it can be devastating. So if you went ahead and you got tornado insurance because you think tornadoes are the only thing that can screw you over, your house, they spring, summer in full storm is nothing. It's not a tornado. So there's a difference, I'm assuming, between tornado and hurricane insurance. But how can they qualify how can they qualify that? Do you know what I mean? Because surely I mean, I guess they could, but it's just it sounds shit to me. Damage should be damage. Frankie, did you know yesterday was summer solstice? Now each day from now on gets shorter and shorter. I did not know that. See, right now we're kind of in the peak of it probably is gonna start because literally now things start getting dark at about 9:30 in the evening. So I imagine there's got to be some reversal at that point because in the UK we get about 2 months, 2 months maximum of like decent weather. If it can strip the bark from a tree, I would say it's a tornado or my first wife. That's the thing. Not all tornadoes are like physically visible, right? I know I sound a bit ignorant right now, but I mean a tornado can just be like, you know, invisible, right? Or not visible to the naked eye. Does it have to be like physically visible for it to be considered a tornado? I don't think it does, right? Pay-per-views in the UK are only 20 quid. Yank's got to pay 80 bucks. Yeah, 80 bucks is fucking disgraceful. Well, of course, Bisping's commentating. It's in England, mate. He's probably the only one they could drag out of bed. They got Paul Felder, who I quite like as well. I mean, it's not the most. I'm going to be honest with you. This sounds I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this. I quite enjoy Michael Bisping on commentary. I fuck with Michael Bisping because he's a fucking mongoloid, and he makes everything about himself. But at least he adds a little bit of personality to proceedings. Whereas Joe Rogan and DC just come over wrestlers and say the same fucking platitudes over and over again, and it's just jarring to listen to. When they're on commentary, I don't listen to them. I don't like John Gooden as well, or whatever that fucker's name is. I find him a bit annoying. So it's hardly the dream team, but there's definitely worse. I don't think I've heard of an invisible tornado. You know what I mean? Where you don't actively see what do they call it? The funnel, where it's just wind doing that motion, but it's still wind. I sound like a fucking retard right now. Please, can we forget that I've ever brought this up? I've always liked Bisping. Yeah, I think Bisping gets a lot of shit. Bisping is an idiot, but I think we need more fighters on commentary. I think we need that. And I think what they should start doing is when they've got a fighter who's got a fight coming up in the next couple of weeks, they should stick them on as like a guest. Vortex, that's the one. I said funnel. There's something wrong with me. We saw sparks hitting power lines. We were out of power for about 6 hours. See, that's the thing that I haven't had a power outage happen to me in a while, but they're the worst. Because I've realized, yeah, that most of my life revolves around devices now. But I do have a healthy supply of books in the library downstairs. So I guess if worst comes to worst, I'd be covered for for a few weeks at least. We're pretty close to kicking off here. I think we'll hang around until the fat kebab shop owner gets started, and then we'll hopefully some of you will be willing to show Dougie some love because I don't know who's on live right now. 100% Bisping and Cruz are the better of a bad bunch. Felder as well. I can't stand DC. I literally cannot fuck with that guy. I used to really like him. I would have him as like the tier above the bottom though. Like for me, like Rogan. Um, I'm kind of sick of listening to Laura Sanko as well. I don't mind Bisping, to be fair. What a guy. That was fucking gay. I mean, you got to give him love for that. I mean, he's extremely stupid. And he's really good for like getting him to say like racial shit because he literally reads just auto cues. He doesn't have his own brain. So he's very easy to trick. There's like a whole host of like compilations out there of Michael Bisping just like reading out racist shit and then often not realizing he's saying racist shit. You got to love somebody that dumb. And I personally do. So like last minute picks, I'm going to go with I need Curtis Blades to win. I think he's going to get it done. I think I think Jamal Hill is going to beat Khalil Roundtree. I think later on in the fight, I think he's gonna tire him out and then finish him later on, round 4 or round 5. Um, and I think Fiziev is gonna beat Bahamondes. I'm probably one of the very few people who think that. I think Bahamondes gets hurt too much in his fights. Like, whenever I see him fight, he usually gets something nice highlight-wise, but he's usually quite beaten up by the time it gets to that stage. And I think if Fiziev touches you up like that, I think Fiziev is gonna knock him out. Round 2. And then I've got Oralbai beating Musayev, but that's a tough one. I've been watching a lot more of Musayev's fights. I didn't realize that was at catch weight. That might favor Oralbai a little bit. 165 though. I thought Oralbai fought at 170. It's a weird one. All right. So I'm going with Oralbai, but I think that's going to be a close one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this card. It should be exciting. This is another cunt that I don't like, that Joe Ban guy. Absolute spanner. I've called him all sorts of names and he's always been a good sport about it. I think he's used to just getting abused at this point. I love the way you put it so nicely, if he touches you up like that. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I can be a nice guy sometimes. I mean, I'm kind of seen as I think the fact that I'm seen as like the nice guy of MMA YouTube just says how fucked up this space is. Because I can be outright cunty at times. You make it only sound like his opponent filled him up a little bit. That's the thing about British people. We either sound like overly harsh or way too nice. Hang on a second, guys. I've got my neighbors are obviously on a mad one right now. I'm just gonna close my window. I don't know if you're hearing that screaming. Give me a sec. All right, we're back. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna have a little talk with JPL and Brutally about what's going on next weekend, because it would be kind of fun to do a I don't know, some kind of like at least content stuff for that weekend. Or maybe do some filming inside the BKFC thing, because I imagine it's gonna be a good. I don't even know who's fighting. I don't think I can name 5 BKFC fighters. But I'm very excited to see something different, and I'm sure the atmosphere is gonna be crazy. They don't have as much advertising issues to worry about, so I'm assuming the fights are gonna be quick and, you know, and at the end of the day, it's people throwing fucking hands. I'm sure it's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm kinda tempted now to stick on an additional parlay just to make this a little bit more interesting. Oh, we haven't quite started yet, but we should be pretty soon. I'm pretty sure that they're fluffing you Americans up who are I'm pretty sure they're looking at the, metrics right now, and nobody's watching. I lost my Discord, I'm changing of phones. How do I find you on Instagram? My Instagram is still bad MMA math, and so is my Twitter. I don't really use Instagram very often, like Westy will tell you that. But if you use WhatsApp as well, Crystal, I'll send you my number as well. I just want to see violence. That's what, bro. The fact that we get to see all that violence, and then we'll go back to that fucking mansion. I think we can call it a mansion. How many bedrooms are in the place? And then we get to watch an actual UFC fight card afterwards. It's gonna be sick. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be an extravaganza, like having the whole weekend of just fights and beers, and it's gonna be a sick one. I'm gonna try and get hold of a bottle of some nice premium whiskey as well. I'm just deciding what vintage I should bring, because it feels like a big decision. I have no idea who's fighting either. Does it matter? Does it really matter? It's gonna be fucking brutal. 5 better. That's a house, really, innit? Let's not overglaze the situation. It's just a big house. More fucking power slap plugin. Yeah, so we'll work something out for that. But it's gonna be good. Maybe you can give me some. Maybe what I'll do, yeah, JPO is I'll bring that Ardbeg along. I'll bring some Ardbeg, that smoky fine whiskey. We'll maybe have a little go at that. Make sure there's a good supply of ice. It'll be a hell of a weekend. And also, JPO, I've got to get a fucking bus back home in the morning on Sunday, so that's going to be an issue. What I'm thinking of doing, yeah, is I might just not go into work on Monday and just like stumble back on Sunday evening. I'm gonna see how the night goes because I'm actually signing my contract this week with my job, so I'm actually gonna start getting paid for taking days off. Do you know what? Yeah, I might even try and get a little weed as well. Just make it a proper occasion. Not that I would know to buy, not that I would know where to buy weed from these days. That could be a problem. I literally know no dealers. Okay, fair enough, Crystal. Yeah, because I do shoot you a message every now and then just to see how you're getting on. All right, it looks like we're about to get started real soon. What I'm going to recommend people do then, let me have a quick look at let me have a look at things quickly because I can hear my son running around screaming already. So Dougie's got 8 on right now. So what we should do is one I can see on now. Weed and booze will write you off. Is that a bad combination? Fuck you, Frankie. Fuck you too, Ricky. I love you, bro. You nasty little pervert. So you're saying that weed and booze would be a bad combination. It's been a very, very long time since I've done both. I think the last time I smoked weed was it's nearing 20. Frankie, we're taking a worthless broad to Paris this weekend. We're. What do you mean we're? We are. You didn't tell me about this. Good luck, Frankie. Get that strap, mate. Yeah, APL, send me a message privately. Maybe if you can, maybe we can arrange some, I don't know, some paraphernalia for the weekend. I wanna know exactly what I need to bring because we need to do it right. That's for sure. Um, alright, boys, we're about to kick off. I think we'll send people over to Dougie while we've got time. I'm gonna head off now and take care of my family duties. Thanks all for tuning in the morning. I will be back on tomorrow as always to do I haven't reached out to any panel members or anything yet, but I'm hoping we can get good noodle on, boys. Mate, if you haven't smoked in a while, it will fuck you up. I made that mistake plenty of times. I think one hit on weed right now will destroy me. I don't think I'm ready for it. Sound, I got some weed. Well, I guess that's happening then. I guess that is happening. I think it's a good time to get fucked up. Worst case scenario, I'll have a little nap and I'll be back and ready. That's how old men deal with their problems. Have a little nap and get to it. Option 2, Orange Cat MMA is on as well. Um, Great creator as well. So give one of those boys a shout. Um, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the card. Hope you all make tons of money. And um, yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Sorry for the short one, but yeah, fucked up one. Father. Take it easy, guys.